Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. Happy Vlogmas. Today is the first Friday of Vlogmas, and what I'm going to be doing for every single Friday is I'm still going to be keeping the series that we have here on my channel, and what that is me reading your guys' MLM horror stories. So if you have an MLM horror story that you would like to send me to read during Vlogmas or to read after starting in 2021, which is so crazy to say, I have my email down below where you can send me your MLM horror story. Now today we are actually going to be starting off with a Christmas themed one, which made me super excited. I'm also wearing a cool, cute little Christmas shirt, even though you guys probably can't even read what it says. I don't even know what it says. It says, instead of gifts, I'm giving my opinion. Essentially. So let's just get into it. This Christmas MLM horror story is so long. I think it's actually the longest MLM horror story we have. So I'm going to try and get through as many MLM horror stories as possible, but we'll see, because this first one is crazy and it is super, super long. So let's get into today's video. So this starts off by saying horror story with a slight Christmas theme, ? Hi Deanna, please leave my name out of this if it goes into a video. A week after I watched my first MLM video, one of my close friends joined Monat. This was really my first time being exposed to the whole MLM world, which might surprise you considering I've lived in Utah for about 5 years. I'm LDS Mormon, and so is my friend. We'll call her Sam. We actually met during our 18-month church mission where I was assigned to be her quote-unquote trainer. She was brand new and I essentially helped her transition to missionary life. I'm going to diverge for a minute to talk about the Mormon thing, because while I see a lot of fair and respectful discussion about the LDS role in MLMs by anti-MLMers, I've never actually seen LDS members on YouTube or anything speak out about this and giving that authentic LDS perspective. I might be wrong, but I've just never seen it. I'm originally from Utah, but I've lived here for a while. And like I said, I didn't really feel exposed to the MLM world until I watched the Vice video on LuLaRoe, and I became entrenched, and suddenly I could see the MLMs everywhere. It was like I had just been completely oblivious, but it had been there all along. I loved my church mission, but there's a lot in the MLM experience I can see in the mission experience, good and bad. So watching anti-MLM videos was kind of like a whole nother way to process my mission, as it helped me recognize the toxic parts on a whole nother level. I knew those toxic things were already there, but I could communicate them in a way I never had been able to before. For example, is it missionaries? I'm gonna feel so bad if I'm pronouncing anything wrong, so I really apologize. But it says, for example, missionaries spend a lot of time approaching strangers in person and virtually. The main purpose of a missionary is to serve, teach, and essentially recruit others. We don't use that word, but that's the basic idea. And while it can really depend on where you are in the world, basically, if you have nothing else to do, you go talk to some people. And you can be doing this for hours. My husband served in Paris, and he would just stop people on the streets or knock on doors for 8 hours a day, which is one reason both door-to-door sales and MLMs appear to LDS people. We have a lot of experience approaching people and know how to keep the conversation going. And 2 years of missionary work teaches you how to not get discouraged after endless rejection. I never liked knocking doors or street connecting, so I tried to find better ways to meet people who are interested and tried to keep busy with service. Well, no one liked door-to-door knocking, but I didn't just not enjoy it. I also felt uncomfortable socially and ethically doing it. Not like it's evil, but I just always felt very uncomfortable inconveniencing people, especially when I can see they were not interested. But we were told often that we can't make the decision for people. We can't decide that they're not interested in God for that. So even if we felt like they're not interested, we have to make sure we ask them and ask them several times so they had the full opportunity to accept it. Again, that's what we were taught, and there was definitely some shame in there if you didn't fully extend the offer. Do you see the similarity? But then suddenly other leaders would come in and say, quote unquote, don't waste your time on people you can tell aren't interested. I remember the first time someone said this. I was a year into my mission and everyone was nodding along like this was so great and they were all thinking the same thing. And I was sitting there like, didn't we just spend the last year hearing the exact opposite? I was especially floored at the confidence both leaders leaders had shared these principles. They had taught them like they were God-spoken, like there was no nuance in how we reach people. Because the truth is, in my opinion, both ways work and they have advantages and disadvantages, and they're hard in different ways. But that's not how these leaders taught them. They taught them as absolutes. But for so long, I had felt guilty about the way I had done things or when I disagreed. And for me, that whiplash resonated with the MLM experience. Girls get recruited on the idea that you don't have to cold message. The prepared will come to you. You don't have to spend hours on this. And so as soon as they join, they get hit with the, you have to talk to everyone. This isn't easy. They won't just come to you. This is your full-time job, etc. I remember hearing in an MLM video that this hun saying she just goes to Walmart and stops strangers, and that's kind of the energy everyone needs to have. But in that same clip, she said this isn't easy and you have to cultivate relationships with people before you recruit them. You can't just grab them off the street. And the way she spoke in absolutes, all while contradicting herself in the same video, chilled me. Seriously, in that moment, I got hit with the epiphany that was my literal mission. Again, I love my mission. Not all my leaders spoke in such absolutes, just the really high up ones. There's a lot of toxic things about missionary culture, and I tried really hard to avoid them. I'm proud of the way I navigated my mission. I tried really hard to focus on serving people above baptizing them. I could probably write a whole thing just about this if you're interested. Let me know, I guess. But back to what I really started this email for. So Sam and I became really good friends on the mission, and I was even a bridesmaid in her wedding. It's been a while since we have lived near each other and only keep up over social media. So I was really disappointed when I saw she joined Monat. But at the same time, I didn't feel fully prepared to confront her about it. Again, I had only been exposed to the problems with MLMs for about a week. I was really frustrated because I found out through another friend that Sam had been pressuring to join by her husband, or had been pressured to join by her husband. He had started summer sales, also really popular in Utah, but not as sketch as MLMs, and got really into the whole get rich quick idea. He found Monat and actually encouraged her to join. She wasn't even recruited by a hun. That's kind of crazy for me to hear, because usually I feel like husbands are the ones that are like, oh, don't do that. They're more hesitant, I feel. So that's kind of crazy for me to hear. She goes, it's been about a year and Sam has been pretty fair about her content. She does post a lot more about the product than recruiting, which I can appreciate. I voted not interested on an early post and she seemed to respect that. She never tried to recruit me or make me buy anything. I don't know what other tactics she uses, but based on the promotion she's always getting, she's doing pretty well. I really don't know. The only time I've ever talked to her about Monat was when she made a post with so many false statistics in it. She made a bunch of claims about how much women spend on average on their appearance, about the skin absorbing 60% of what it is exposed to, etc. I looked up every single statistic she posted and found almost all of them to be completely false, non-existent, or were pulled from some random blog where someone hypothetically guessed women's budgets on clothes. I messaged her privately about it and she just kind of laughed and said she got it from someone else and she would fact check in the future. She didn't take the post down or even make a public correction. Anyways, this story really starts this week when Sam tagged me in a post. Yeah! Oh my gosh, what she's about to say, I talked about on my channel, I think, when this video goes up a week ago or something like that. I'll link it down below and I'll link it up here, but I actually talk about this exact thing because this happens around the Christmas time, guys. It's pretty crazy. It's a scam. She goes, it was one of those secret sister gift exchanges. If you haven't seen these yet, it is another pyramid scheme operation that started around 2015 and pops up again every November/December. They can also take the form of book exchanges, wine, etc. Basically, someone starts the pyramid and recruits people. When you get recruited, you have to spend a single, usually $10 gift to a person, or you have to send a gift to a person, and it's usually a stranger. Then you're promised to get 6 to 36 gifts back. But again, this is a pyramid scheme, which means the pool of people eventually exhausts itself, or people flake/don't commit, and the majority of the people end up with nothing. If you were at the top and your recruited successfully recruits more, you could end up with a lot of gifts. But the Better Business Bureau and the FTC both report that the majority of people receive, if anything, one item. Most receive nothing. Not to mention, you are sharing your private information with absolute strangers. Whether people feel it works or not, it's still illegal. Again, I go over this and I actually read what the Better Business Bureau says and everything about this illegal pyramid scheme. So it is illegal. She's actually knows what she's talking about. She's really right and spot on with exactly how she says this scam works. She said, I didn't know all this yet when I saw her post, but I was immediately suspicious of it. I remember seeing them every year and even being enticed by a book exchange, though I gave up after I saw they wanted me to recruit more people. This time, after my year of MLM education, I started doing some research and it was so easy to find the truth about it. There's a ton of articles, a lot of local stations will cover it every year because it's a problem every year. Not to mention the very clear warnings from the Better Business Bureau and FTC. Both say this gift exchange is illegal and considered a form of gambling and mail fraud. As opposed to her MLM, I feel like this was really easy argument to make with her. There was no wishy-washy sources about it. It's pretty black and white. It's straight up illegal. And since she tagged me and a bunch of other friends, I felt justified and called it out. I commented, hey Sam, I know you meant well, but this gift exchange has been warned against by the Better Business Bureau for being an illegal pyramid scheme, but we should do a small gift exchange with our friends. And then I included the link to the BBB article. I went back a few hours later and my comment was deleted. I was also now untagged from the post. I was shocked. Like, I know MLMers don't take it well when they get called a pyramid scheme, but there was so much proof that this was straight up illegal. Like, there's really no other way to argue it, and she just deleted the evidence. She also changed her post. Originally, she had written that she had never done this exchange before, but she knew friends who did and loved it. Now, hours later, her post said, had so much fun doing this last year. So I texted her. I asked her why she deleted my comment. After a while, she said that she meant to text me, but she got busy. She really appreciated me sharing the article, but after talking to the girl who started it, quote unquote, recruited her, she was confident this was not a scam. So she felt like my comment was no longer necessary. She also said she didn't care if she didn't get a gift back. It wasn't a big deal. She just wanted to celebrate the Christmas spirit. Based on the MLM pages I've seen, this is a common sentiment after getting backlash, and I'm pretty confident it's what her recruiter told her. She made it sound like I was just being a Grinch for calling out her illegal scam. I again emphasized that this was illegal under all conditions. Even if the person running it didn't know it was, I emphasized how credible the BBB and FTC are. I said our friends should be aware of the stakes in participating in this gift exchange. I finished by saying I felt it was very sketchy for her to just delete my comment when she could have just responded with her resonating for everyone to see. She responded that she knew for a fact it wasn't put together by scammers, and it's okay if we agree to disagree. I responded one more time saying our friends deserve to know both sides still. She didn't respond after that. I ended up messaging our mutual friend she tagged and sending them the article anyways. I also reported her post to Facebook and we'll see if it gets taken down. Obviously, this isn't directly about MLMs, although MLM girls love this game, and I'm totally confident the gift she is sending is just Monat products. But for me, this just showed how deep in my friend was. She wouldn't even believe the game she had barely committed to was a pyramid scheme. How was she ever going to believe it about her beloved Monat? It also showed me that the lack of commitment to the truth my friend had. It seriously disturbed me that she would delete my comment like that. My comment wasn't antagonizing and assumed the best in her, yet she just wiped the evidence and wasn't even going to say anything to me. Obviously, some part of her worried that maybe the article was right and it would discourage people from joining, or maybe she was just embarrassed. Just like her post with incorrect information, instead of doing the right thing and deleting/correcting it, she just continued to spread false information, and this time at far higher stakes. Not to mention that she straight up lied about having experience with this exchange when her original post said she never had. I seriously thought about asking her about last year's experience just for kicks. Honestly, this whole experience was really disappointing as a fellow Christian. It might be easy to say Sam was just doing what our church taught her, but they didn't. We grew up in the same church and I even know better. My family and lots of other Mormons know better. I'm not denying the role our religion has played in Sam and all the others joining an MLM and becoming this way. There's definitely a relationship there, but it's not an absolute, and there's so many things about the whole experience that go against the basics of the gospel. Okay, that was long and I was supposed to be writing a literature review, but I feel like I had to get this out. Thank you for that alone, Deanna. Okay, this is a lot to unpack. I told you guys it was going to be a really long story. Girl, you need to go write your literature review for your class. First off, I'm not going to really dive into the religion part of being Mormon and everything like that because I do know very, very little about being Mormon and I don't want to disrespect, someone's religion, as that is not the type of person I am. So I just think it's kind of cool to see that experience experience from someone who has been in that religion, right? Who is Mormon, who is able to explain to us the similarities that she has been able to see from growing up Mormon and the MLM structure, or kind of how people recruit, how people get into it. So I thought that that was really cool that we could get someone's actual experience. I've never had someone openly discuss being Mormon, their relationship with that, and how they believe that can play a role in MLMs with, you know, individuals joining who are Mormon. I know I've talked about being Christian or being Catholic because I am Catholic, so I can talk about that kind of topic because I know a good decent amount about it, but that was cool to hear. But then I can also see what she's saying, that her friend is already in an MLM, right? So if your friend's already in an MLM, she's kind of used to the whole structure. So when this secret sister gift exchange happens, those people are more likely to do it. I will admit that's usually who I see doing it. I see MLM reps, but I've also even seen my own family. If you guys go and watch my secret sister gift exchange where I explain it, I actually tell you guys that my own sister-in-law posted about it because she didn't even know. The second I told her, she deleted it, like done, you know? But it's sad to see that there are so many facts out there. If people want to Google the secret sister gift exchange, they're going to find things from the Better Business Bureau, from the FTC. They're gonna find videos like mine. Other people have done videos. The postal exchange, the United States Postal Service people have literally done a video talking about how you can get sued, how you can go to jail for mail fraud, and all of this stuff because of that exchange. So it is sad to see that she wouldn't even listen to this individual who actually knows what she's talking about because she decided to Google it and do her research. So I think that it's really shady that she would delete her comment. I literally had someone also tag me in it too, and let me go check right now because it's on my wall on Facebook. I had someone tag me in it. No, she hasn't deleted it. Did she delete my comment though? No, someone had tagged me in it, in the whole secret sister gift exchange, and I commented that it's an illegal pyramid scheme and some sources for them. But it's sad to see that that kind of happens because I feel like those type of people are very easy to just trust others. And clearly this is a straight up Christmas scam. Like, this is perfect for Vlogmas. This is perfect to talk about because it's a scam, but then it also kind of relates to MLMs because the people who join MLMs are more likely to do something like the secret sister exchange. And that's just, in my opinion, just so much craziness. And the part where she said, obviously some part of her worried that maybe the article was right and it would discourage people from joining, or maybe she was embarrassed about it. I kind of want to highlight that because if she was embarrassed about it, I think she would just delete it. Because if I'm embarrassed by something that I have done, because there's going to be times in life where I embarrass myself on camera, I'm a human, I may go and delete that footage or delete that part in the video that I don't want everyone to see because I'm embarrassed by it. I would personally delete it. I think more so that she doesn't want people to believe the person who wrote this, you know, the friend. So this friend doesn't want people to believe the comment. She doesn't want people to see this information because she talked to the person who recruited her into this illegal pyramid scheme, this sister exchange. So she is just going to believe that upline essentially, you know? And then she's going to delete her comment because she just doesn't want people to know. So I feel like that's where it is. I feel like she will, or it'll discourage people from joining, and that's why she kept it up but deleted your comment. Let me know if you think anything else down below, but that's what I think. I feel like if you're embarrassed by something, you're going to delete it. You're not going to delete someone's comment and just like keep it up if you're embarrassed about it, you know? But I definitely think if you want people to join the illegal pyramid scheme, you don't want the proof in the comments where they're saying it's an illegal pyramid scheme. Like you wouldn't want that. So that is a crazy, crazy, crazy long story. Perfect for our first MLM horror story in Vlogmas. So excited. I think we still have time though to like do a couple more, even though that one was really long, but thank you for sending that to me. It's one of the most unique MLM horror stories that we have had. So I really appreciate, you know, a new twist. Ooh, okay. This is another Monat one. I was like, since we already did a Monat one, that was, you know, that one revolved around Monat, we might as well just do another one because why not? So this one says, hey Deanna, I've got a story for you. I don't mind you sharing my name. About 2 years ago now, I was approached via Instagram by a total stranger about this quote unquote great opportunity. And I immediately went into defense mode. I said, oh hell no, I'm not joining your pyramid scheme. Okay, well, fast forward 24 hours and somehow I had spent $300 on some shampoo hullabaloo. Whoever wrote this is hilarious. And I was going to start my biz. I don't know what happened. I'll save you the time because we all know what happens next. No training, a lot of yelling through Zoom, belittling each other, and straight up lying to people, but also lying to ourselves. Now I have a background in marketing and PR, and at the time I managed a store in the mall, so I knew how to sell. Because of this, my upline grabbed onto me with her talents, I don't know how to pronounce that word, and didn't let go. She called me her best friend and of course used it as a marketing tool. Meanwhile, I was like, this girl is whack, but okay. I did decently well with the business, but definitely only hit my ranks because I was essentially selling my kidneys to pay for products each month. Wow, love the honesty. I had built a team below me and I'm thankful to say that a lot of them are still my close friends. However, I had many of my teammates quit or threaten to quit because my upline was so belittling and rude to them on a daily basis. On team calls, she would act high and mighty and talk about how successful she was. Meanwhile, she was living at home with her parents and working a full-time job. She also would confide in me that she would steal recruits from her downline because she deserved it more. Oh, bitch. Okay, I'm trying not to curse anymore. You guys know that. So she would confide in me that she would steal recruits from her downline because she deserved it more. And if her downline worked harder, she wouldn't be able to steal their recruits. She told me that if our boyfriends didn't buy products from us, they weren't supportive and that we would take their credit cards, buy products, and place their 3-in-1 with our great products. I started an Etsy shop near the end of my time with Monat and was selling graphic tees and crew necks designed for Monat market partners. My thoughts were that it would be an additional stream of income and that I could promote it in group chats if anyone was interested. My upline bought 3 shirts for me and promoted the heck out of it in group chats of nearly 1,000 girls. I was super thankful and excited about this, but after she did this, she demanded I send her 3 new shirts for free because she just promoted my products and she wasn't going to do that for free. I was shocked. I didn't ask her to do that and I thought she was just being a good friend. I told her I couldn't afford to do that because I had just started and honestly I was not doing well financially because I was spending all my money on shitty shampoo. She freaked out and texted me back about an hour later with photos of my shirts ripped and stained. She said, I just washed these and they are ruined. She said that they were flawed and crap quality. She demanded a refund. Wow, what a coincidence that the shirts were destroyed after I denied to give you free crap. Crazy. Then she went back to the group chats and shared these photos there and told everyone not to buy from me because I was a scammer. I gave her a refund and quit the business the same day. That was a final straw for me. It made me realize how fake these relationships were or friendships were, that I wasn't going to be manipulated into doing anything else for this girl. Most of my team quit, but a couple girls stayed on. My upline harassed me for 3 weeks via text because I ruined her team and made her restart because I was no longer under her. She had lost her rank. She was so close to hitting. Some of my friends did stay with the business and are working under her now, and it makes me sad to see them commenting on her Instagram posts and essentially kissing her butt because I know it's all fake. They force you into engagement pods to boost their Instagram profiles. Anyways, I started my own marketing agency after leaving the business and now I work for myself. And instead of making 15% commission on products, I get 100% commission for my own products and services. If you ever want to do an interview with someone who used to be Monat, I'd be willing to do so. Just throwing it out there. Thank you and keep fighting the good fight. So I want to shout this person out, and I see that they have an Instagram, a Facebook, and it seems like they have a YouTube. So this is the person's Instagram page. They said they didn't care if I said their name. So this is going to be the business that I want to shout out today. You guys know I'm really trying to shout out small businesses during the holiday season, so I figured it would be fitting because I read this person's story. So they make, it says, I create badass branding and help women grow organically on Instagram. So she has pre-made holiday content. She gives a bunch of tips and tricks. So I'm going to pop up her page here if you guys want to go and check her out. Her page is super cute, but let's go back to her story. So this is a really sad one because I see this a lot. I see where uplines try and use you and abuse you essentially. So you can see how her upline treated her. It's just the sad reality that they will promote this community. They will promote that they want to help each other and that they build each other up. But in a lot of communities, in MLMs, not all of them, there are some that are amazing and are great, and you're gonna meet great people in your MLM, but sometimes you have that upline who is just disrespectful, rude. Like the fact that she expected free stuff, that's the worst thing ever. Don't just expect a company or a brand to send you something free unless you had a conversation with them. Like say they reached out and said, hey, I want you to promote my brand. I'll pay you $100 to do a post on it and I'll send you free stuff. That's a negotiation, right? That's a contract you'll have with that brand. You don't just go to a brand and say, send me free shit because I promoted your brand. Like, no, if you promote a brand, like say, I love Simply Modern, right? You guys know that. I always show my cup in my videos. I love this cup. It's my favorite cup to put water in. If I promote this brand, I'm promoting it just because I love it. But if I wanted to, I could reach out to the brand. I can ask for a deal. They can say yes or no. And on top of that, they can see that I promote their brand. They could reach out and be like, hey, Deanna, we see that you promote us. We want to pay you for an advertisement and we want to send you free product. I don't expect this company to reach out to me and just send me free crap. No, I share it because I like it. And if I feel like it, I'll reach out to them or they can reach out to me if they see me promoting their brand. But you should never just expect something. Oh my gosh, that's just disgusting that she would then ruin that person's stuff. Like I can only imagine. I know people. Isabella, you guys know we're actually doing a collab this month, which is gonna be so exciting. I'll be announcing that very soon. But she owns a company and I ordered 3+ shirts from her. If she wouldn't send me free stuff, I would never go ruin the products I already bought. Like how just sad is that? I'm not gonna go on social media and ruin her stuff and like make people not buy from her. Like that is so sad. That is such a way to manipulate and I feel like abuse someone emotionally because you're ruining their livelihood because this person is smart. That is a smart thing to do. If you're in an MLM and you decide to make merch or you decide to make a book or you decide to make a freaking, to-do list and everyone buys it because they want to stay organized and productive like you, that is a smart business tactic. You can make more money than you're making with your MLM. That was smart for her. That was a smart business move. And now you're going to jeopardize that for that person? That is so mean. So I shouted her out. If you guys want to go check her out because that is not okay, go lift her up in the comments because that is just like not cool that someone would do that and just like ruin your livelihood. I can't even get my words together, as you guys can tell. But that is going to be all for this Vlogmas video. I know most of my videos this month are actual vlogs of me, showing you guys my day, giving you guys gift guides, and all of that stuff, but I wanted to keep this series going even during Christmas time where I could have a couple sit down videos with you guys this month instead of being all over the place. So that is going to be all for this video. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Comment down below your thoughts. I know we only read 2 stories, but these were 2 rough stories to read. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Starting January of 2021, I upload videos 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And for Vlogmas right now, I will be uploading every day in the month of December all the way up until Christmas Day. So I will see you guys in the next video.